So it was my junior year of high school when I realized like I need to make a change. Honestly, you could easily be at the wrong place at the wrong time, especially with the company you keep and everything along those lines. So yeah, like I was saying before, like most of my friends were ones getting in trouble and everything like that. It was only a very select few of us that, were doing the right things, not getting in trouble in school, not getting in trouble, doing all the right things and everything like that.
100%, man. And I think your story speaks for itself, that you're able to do so much and kind of set an example of, what you can do coming from Flint.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully people can still do that even if they are still located in Flint. I don't know if you have friends that are still over there that are still striving.
I do.
That's awesome. Now that you're at Churchill, what was the next thing? Like, how did you look at college and getting in? Was that a motivation? And what made you work hard? Because I remember you said it was a little challenging coming from Flint to our academics on this side.
So, growing up, like I said before, I always did well in school. So when I moved down here to San Antonio, it was different.
Yeah.
Like especially like my cultural surroundings. Because where I'm from, of course, everyone is predominantly African American. Then going to Churchill, it was predominantly white and Hispanic. I did my research prior to coming to Churchill, and I know Churchill is one of the top academic schools in the entire nation.
Yep.
Yes, I did my research prior to coming and everything like that. So I know that was an obstacle, but studying diligently, seeking the help that I needed to seek in terms of talking to my teachers, people who did well in that class, like yourself, getting help from people like yourself and everything like that, and I ended up doing well, luckily. But I know that was one of the biggest challenges, coming to Churchill, was that academic level, because that academic level at Churchill High School was, I consider, superior compared to the high school I went to back in Flint, Michigan. I know the academics here in San Antonio was on a whole nother level. But with how I am as a person, I've never been a person that gives up. I've always strived for excellence. I've always been a very optimistic person whenever things go wrong.
I could tell that when you were talking about Flint, even though you were talking about how difficult things were, you had a smile on your face, which I thought was really interesting.
Always.
And that's what I find most impressive about you. That's why I wanted to share your story, because no matter what, Jonathan's gone through or where he's been, he's always been the same charismatic person that welcomes anybody and everybody. He's like the first one to introduce himself to you. If he's from a different place or he's from that place, he will go out of his way, to make sure you feel welcome. And I almost feel like that has almost helped you overcome anything that's in your way, because you've welcomed anybody and everything that's along the way. And if it's negative, you're not gonna, like if somebody negative approaches you, you're not gonna tell them, hey man, I can't hang out with you. You're gonna, have that smile on your face, let them know, what's the right thing that you should do. But I feel like you just have that helping hand and that aura that's like, this, I'm just trying to do something right. So with that being said, you go through college, you get your first degree in what? You can give the details of that. I want you to say the details of that.
Got you. I got my bachelor's degree last year, so spring 2016. I got my bachelor's degree in exercise and sports science with a concentration of physical therapy with a minor in psychology.
Whew. So he's gonna help out people psychologically in sports, training, fitness, health. You're covering everything.
You know it, man. You know it.
So with that being said, you got all that, and now you're back in grad school. And what are you in grad school for?
I'm getting my master's degree in exercise science.
Exercise science. And I guess my biggest thing is, with all this, this charisma and pleasant nature and good, great God, follower of Christ and all that stuff, where is it that you want to take what you're doing next after you get that grad degree? What is your motivation, I guess I should say, to keep doing this?
Got you. Well, since I'm about to graduate, I know I've been thinking a lot in terms of what I want to do next. With the two jobs I have now, I I am a physical fitness and wellness instructor for Texas State University. I am a graduate teaching assistant, so I teach classes for
he's kind of a big deal.
And I am also a sports performance trainer at only the Elite Athletic Complex in Schertz, Texas.
Okay, awesome. So I'm an athlete, he's a trainer. When an athlete comes to you, what is something that you look to help or pull out of them? What do you come to bring? What do you bring to an athlete?
I bring motivation. Honestly, I believe in pushing an athlete's limits because a lot of times, that athletes can limit themselves. They can put in their head that, like, this is too hard, I can't do this, or anything along those lines. I'm the type of trainer that, yes, I'm going to be very hard on you, but at the same time, I am very loving, caring, encouraging. I push you to the point where you can push yourself to the point where you don't. My fault. I'm kind of stuck here. My fault. I was just trying to collect my thoughts.
It's totally fine.
Push you to the point where you never thought you possibly could. So with me being very motivational, loving, caring, encouraging, I let it be known to the athlete that you can do this. You can do anything that you put your mind to. Never use the words can't, never give up. You should always push yourself the best way you can to the best of your abilities. Give it 200%, not 100, 200.
200.
200.
Shoot, I thought 110% was a lot.
Say double it. Just double it.
He's making stars come out of here. So that's amazing. I think if there's anything else that you want to tell us before I say, is there something that you want to tell maybe people, young men like yourself in Flint, or young athletes that you think helped you, like something that you could tell them that might help them, I guess, focus on academics, or if they want to pursue athletics, if you have any advice?
Got you. I can honestly say to any athletes or anyone out there in general, the most important thing people can do is believe in themselves, even when times get hard. I believe that anything is possible, so being optimistic, always looking on the bright side of things, praying, being persistent, being confident, being patient, I feel like those are tools that help any athlete or anyone in this lifetime. So for athletes that are pursuing athletics, work as hard as you can, because how hard you work will translate into game time situation, and you got to be willing to put in that work on the consistent basis. And then for anybody within this lifetime,
and then anybody in Flint, do you have anything for them? Do they need to get out of Flint? I'm just trying to see.
Honestly, in Flint, Michigan, if you have the opportunity to do so, I'm not gonna say like forget about the city or anything along those lines, but if you want to make a better life for yourself, whether it's inside of Flint or outside of Flint, take a chance at that opportunity, because you never know what life has ahead of you. I do believe that God make everything happen for a reason. So, like in my case, like in terms of me moving from Flint, Michigan to San Antonio, Texas, it was an opportunity that was presented to me. My sisters let it be known to me that I can come down here and live with them for my last year of high school. And I thought about it, prayed on it, and I decided to make that move, and it turned out to be arguably the best decision I made. It saved my life.
Amen.
It was a very grown man decision at that as well, because I made that decision when I was 17 going on 18. But to all my people in Flint, Michigan, or anybody out there, just keep God first. Keep praying, keep doing everything that you are supposed to be doing, because at the end of the day, everything does happen for a reason, for the best. So any opportunities that present itself, you should take a chance, take that risk, because you never know what the outcome could possibly be. And I am a living testament of that, because I know I can be fearful at times in terms of taking risk and everything along those lines, but I thought about it, prayed on it, I took that risk, and I am blessed and thankful for the position I am in today.
Amen. And I think that's a great point to end our discussion. I mean, like I was telling Jonathan maybe a year or two ago, like it's just amazing because if you guys, seen my story and what I've been trying to do, he puts God first, and that's something that I've been trying to do, continue in this journey. And that's opened a lot of doors for me and brought me people like him, people that also see that anything is possible. Hard work will pay off, and it shows. He's about to be a grad student. He's going to continue doing what he loves and training people. And he came out of an environment that wasn't exactly going to push him to where he's going. And he found a way. He was blessed, and he took full advantage of opportunities. And I feel like everybody has opportunities similar. They might not be exactly like, oh, you can just leave Flint, but you have to seek those opportunities. You're not just gonna, things aren't just gonna happen for you. You're gonna have to be working so when your moment comes, you're ready. Versus, you just, when it happens, I'll do it. But until now, I'm just gonna slack off and do what I want. That's what I think the big message with John is, that no matter what, he hasn't stopped working. That's why when I asked him about, obstacles, motivation, all this stuff, this is a mindset that he's had since he's been growing up through Flint.
Always. I had to have it.
Like I'm thinking, no bad climax happened or he got slapped up or something. No, this is built, and I can relate to that, and that's why it's very powerful. So I guess I'll ask, is there any way that people can find you on social media, connect with you in the future if they want to get trained? Where will you be? Just let anybody know.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm located in San Antonio, Texas, and St. Marcos, Texas as well. I'm usually back and forth, about 40 minutes apart from one another. My Instagram, you can follow me. You guys can follow me on Instagram.
You can follow him on Instagram.
You guys can follow me on Instagram at 810_finest. Follow me on Snapchat.
Follow him. Oh, let's just get in this camera. Follow my boy J Clark on Snapchat, Instagram. You got a Twitter?
I don't have Twitter.
Oh my God.
I have one, but I don't use it like that. But Snapchat, J Clark 8232. So JCLARK 8232 on Snapchat.
Yep. And since we're just gonna finish it out on this camera, it was a pleasure to have you, my brother. Yep. I love this dude. Follower of Christ. He puts God first in everything he does, and just a charismatic dude that we can all learn from and be motivated from. And last but not least, now that you said everything, is there any other things you want to say before we're done?
Anything is possible.
Perfect. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
And as he's testifying with this nice hat on.
And also, enjoy the grind.
Woo! He said it first! All right, we out.